Hey, welcome to Studio Sunday. Today I'm going to be inking the new cover for Echo, Pandora's Box, the one-shot comic that I'm doing for the Kickstarter that's coming up. And this is I showed you this drawing last week, this sketch. And so that's what I'm doing for the cover. And this will be the new regular cover. We started building the Kickstarter page already, and I used an image that I had drawn for, I was guessing maybe this will work for the cover. It's a new drawing, new image, but I like this better. So I'm going to do the new one. So what I did, you know my routine with this, right? I'll have a prelim like this. And we do sell these prelims lately. And I think we'll have prelims offered in the Kickstarter as well. But this is just a pencil drawing that I kind of messed with. I tend to draw, as I've said before, on copy paper like this to get the pose because of all the erasing. And it leaves a lot of ghosting on the page, and I don't want to do that on the real piece of art that I end up with. So I take this, get it right, and because something like this has to be symmetrical, you see that I made a center line, and then I actually did a compass and put a circle from wrist to wrist to make sure that the symmetry was right on the arms, the wrists are in this, the same lengths and all that. Because you can have a strong eye and a weak eye, and your strong eye says this one's longer, and the weak eye says, well, that's close enough. It's not close. So I just wanted to be sure everything is right. I take that, I put it into Photoshop, and to test it out, I did a layout of this comic book ratio cover here. Drop in the graphic that I already have for it, and then just kind of position her on the page of the cover. Just, take her, get her just right in the middle, just the way I want it. Then I take this and I blow it up to the art I'm going to draw on, which is 11 by 17. And to do that blow up, then she ends up coming from comic book size to the blow up size. This is the size she needs to be for the comic. This is the size she needs to be for drawing it on the actual 11 by 17 vellum. So this is what I print out. My printer isn't big enough to print out that big, so it's 2 pieces of regular copy paper, and I print it out in landscape mode and then tape it together. This can be tricky because when you print this section and then this section, they don't always match perfectly, so you have to get a good compromise. Just letting you know, that's your disclaimer. So then I take this, and as you've seen me do many times, I lay it down over in a white box, and then I lay down the white sheet of paper over it, light box, and trace it onto this. And why don't I just draw on this to begin with? I spent years drawing on this to begin with. And what happens is I will spend hours getting a drawing. And then I look at it the next day, and it's got a ton of drawing flaws that I want to get in there and fix. So I start fixing it. Usually it involves something about head size. The head is too big, the head is too small, something like that. And you start redrawing the head, and you lose it. You lose that expression you were looking for or whatever. Now you're redrawing the head for about 3.5 hours, and until it ends up looking like, South Park kids. And you give up and you tear the drawing away. You've wasted a 1.5 days now on that. It's better to figure it out. Better to figure it out small and draw it over and over and over and over and over and over and over until you get it right. Don't give up. You'll win. Just keep going until you get it right. It's like practicing piano, practicing guitar, practicing a sport, your golf swing, whatever it is, your foreign language skill, you'll get it. If you keep at it, you'll win. And then I end up with a drawing I like. And we're drawing that symmetrical. It's easy to see when it's smaller like this. Now I can safely take this and blow it up to the side of a building if I wanted to. And I don't have to change my perspectives to do giant features. I got it figured out. And now I could transfer this to anything, a billboard, and it's gonna work, right? That's why I do this method now. And it's saved me, as you can tell. The stress level gets high when you're trying and it's not happening. Now, sometimes I will admit, sometimes when you're struggling with the drawing, it's because you're going in the wrong direction. And this can even happen when you're doing storytelling art. If you're on a page of your story and you're trying to draw the next panel and you wanted, you just did 2 panels from that character's point of view, and now you want to switch the camera like you're a film director, and you want to go from this character's point of view and what they're seeing. And so you think, okay, that's what I want to do. But there can be problems with it, like maybe this person is supposed to be sitting up in bed and this person's supposed to be standing up, and now the cropping won't match. So how close do you have to get the person in bed before you can back off and get the person standing up on the floor? And you think, crap, and you're over and over and over and it's just not working, right? Or something like that. And then you think, why don't we do this like a European movie, one that would win an award? Zoom out, show the entire room and just show them side by side, and then you can see the distance between them, and it's very metaphorical, blah, 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 right? You have to, when you're trying and trying and trying and it's not working, maybe it's because you're going the wrong way. Go the other way, whatever thing you want to apply to that, whether it's physics or mechanical engineering or just how the brain works, whatever works for you. I have just found that in my experience that, sometimes I'm trying to force a framing on a drawing that's really not the best one. And sometimes I find when I'm storytelling and it's all about expressions and body language, that I'll be thinking, okay, well, here's the expression I have in my mind. I can just see it as if it was an actor on a screen. I can just see the expression. And then I'll be chasing that expression. But my version was that it was going to be, like a 5/6 profile, with a little bit over here and all that. But it's not capturing the expression correctly. And then I think, well, maybe I should be profile. Well, maybe I should be 3/4. Maybe I should be straight on. And then you realize, maybe I shouldn't be looking at that person at all when they're saying this. Why don't we look at the object they're talking about instead? And they're just shadows on the object. And they're trying to forcing their will on something, inanimate object, So you have to think like that. And sometimes these hurdles are little opportunities to do something different. Because if you'll notice, every option I talked about was just typical cinematic. Well, you're drawing a comic book. You're not a damn movie. You don't have to do that and keep perspective on the room. If you suddenly want to be on LSD and the person's watching it from Pluto, you get to do that. You have the budget for that. You have the budget in comics to go over to Pluto and shoot from there if you want to zoom out and shoot from Pluto. So don't be locked into what you see on video games and TV screens and movie screens. You have more freedom than that. Remember that and use that. So I said all that to explain why I do this 3-part process. Sketch, blow it up in Photoshop, transfer it to a white piece of paper, and there it is. And now I am ready to ink it. Now one disclaimer I will make here is that sometimes you will get an expression, the slightest little change of a pencil line can change an expression. So getting that face expression like that, and then getting it over here, sometimes you'll look at it and after you turn off the light board and look at it, and it's not the same expression. And you have to go in and tweak it. The other things will be there, those arms and the body and the outlines and the silhouette, they'll all be there. But the eyes and the placement of pupils and exactly how you indicate the top lip. It has everything to do with the drawing. These eyes are still different, but they both work. And when I ink this, I can raise the top of the eye a little bit more and make it a little more less of a wall. You know, the more you squint your eyes, the more you're putting up a wall. And the more you open your eyes, the more you're taking, you know, tell me the truth. So there's looking without squinting, just looking, having a power look. And this one is not quite as open. But I like it. Does she look wise? See, it's totally different. They're two different expressions, even though they very much look the same. So, I'll make that decision when I get the brush in my hand. Or the actually, facial features are done with a very fine line pen for a size like that. And then the rest of it's all going to be brush. It's amazing. I've seen really good anatomical drawings or good smooth drawings done with pens. A lot of the new artists, and by new I mean everybody under the age of 60, those young whippersnappers. They can do great. They can mimic the brush line, thin to thick and smooth. They can do it with Microns or a dip pen. And then I also saw another a manga guy, sort of manga based, and he was doing it with scratching lines, you know, and multiples. But when you back off the thing, it works. It was still thin to thick and all that, and the inside form was there, you know. She didn't look like a bear in the woods. She looked like, you know, you back off and it looks like a smooth flush. If anything, it helps because in painting, you know, if you're painting a figure, you don't keep this bold black outline like we do in comics, inking. In painting, you would just have, there is no edge to the form. It's just flesh all the way to the end. And then it's lighter over here and it's dark over here. There's no black line on my body. So when you get the artists that are doing the multiple scratching lines, they're actually helping to diffuse the hard line delineation. And which is the opposite of this wonderful illustration style of big, thick, bold outlines on the outside of the body. That's not new. That's really old to do that. We brought it back in comics. It was popular in illustration, magazine illustration in the 20th century. But yeah, so all these approaches work, and you just have to figure out which one really rings your bell, which one really sends you, which one really turns you on, which one really gets your yayas out. I'm thinking of every corny saying I can remember. Which one do you like best? Maybe in the 21st century, I should come up with which one is the least offensive. So anyway, what I'm going to do is my old tried and true brush. Now, you've heard enough of the rambling in my head. It's time for silence to be golden, and I'm just going to work. And let's see if we can get this to look fluid. Now, this is not a naked lady. This lady is covered in mercury-like alloy, silver alloy, mercury-like, very shiny, very reflective, Sorayama-like, Silver Surfer-like. And it's all from a book, a sci-fi book that I do called Echo. It's a big fat book. You can find it at any garage sale or trash bin behind a Barnes & Noble. So yeah, it was so fabulously, wildly successful. I'm doing another one. I'm doing a short story. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go to my happy place and start inking.
just need some place where I can lay my head. Hey, mister, can you tell me where a man might find a bed? He just grinned and shook my hand. No was all he said. Take a load off Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny. And you put the load right on me. I picked up my bag. I went looking for a place to hide. When I saw Carmen and the devil walking side by side, I said, hey Carmen, come on, let's go downtown. She said, I gotta go, but my friend can stick around. Take a load off Fanny. Take a load for free. Take a load off Fanny. And you put the load right on me. Go down, Miss Moses, there's nothing you can say. It's just old Luke, and Luke's waiting on the judgment day. Well, Luke, my friend, what about young Anna Lee? He said, do me a favor, son, won't you stay and keep Anna Lee company? Take a load off Fanny. Take a load free. Take a load off Fanny. And you put the load right on me.
Crazy Chester followed me and he caught me in the fall. He said, I will fix your rat if you take Jack, my dog. I said, wait a minute, Chester, you know I'm a peaceful man. He said, that's okay, boy, won't you feed him when you can?
Yeah, take a load off Fanny. Take a load free. Take a load off Fanny. And you put the load right on me. Get your cannonball now to take me down the line. My bag is sinking low, and I do believe it's time to get back to Miss Fanny. You know she's the only one who sent me here with her regards for everyone. Take a load off Fanny. Take a load free. Take a load off Fanny. And you put the load right on me.
A million old soldiers will fade away, but a dream goes on forever. I'm left standing here, I got nothing to say. All is silent within my